So her husband is a stay-at-home dad, and he has been hanging out quite a bit with another single mom all the time. And now wifey is wondering, there's some kind of chemistry there I can't quite put my finger on. Bert Show, will you help me out and try to get to the truth? Kristen, what is War of the Roses to catch a cheater?
War of the Roses is when you supply us with an email of the person you're trying to catch. We send them an email for a free bouquet of flowers. They choose what type of flowers they want, then they put who they want it to be sent to, and they typically write a card, a message. And it's the type of flowers, the card, and who it's going to, which typically will let us know, is this person cheating?
Davi's got the email.
Dear Bert Show, I'm hoping you'll be willing to do War of the Roses for me on my husband. I'm sure you get a lot of these requests. While that is sad, it makes me feel a little better that I'm not totally alone in what I'm going through. My husband is a stay-at-home dad to our 2-year-old daughter. It wasn't a role that we planned for him, but it just seemed to work out that way. At first, he hated it. However, he has recently started to enjoy it a lot more, but I'm suspicious about his reasons why. I recently brought up the idea of him returning to work, but he refuses. Coincidentally, the timing of this newfound enjoyment of his daily life seems to coincide with him meeting a single mom with a daughter that is our daughter's age. He started talking about her all the time. It seems that they spend a lot of time together while I'm at work. Sometimes I come home from work and I will find an item or two that this mom has left at my house. However, most days, it seems that they are at her house all day long. I'll come home and the house doesn't look like the usual mess from him being home all day with a 2-year-old. There's no food prep mess or snacks out. Her toys are all in the exact same position they were when I left. There might be only one diaper in the trash can, etc. It's as if he left to go to her house as soon as I walked out the door and returned right before I got home. I've asked him, and he seems to lie. He knows I'm uncomfortable with the idea of him being with her all day long. Recently, I had 2 trips for work that had me gone all weekend. I returned home, and it also looked like he hadn't been home all weekend. Maybe I'm just being paranoid, but I'd love to know for sure. Can you help, Bridget?
I have a stay-at-home dad.
Yep.
My husband is a stay-at-home dad, and I'm trying to put myself into her shoes. I don't know firsthand because I'm the working parent. But from conversations with friends who are stay-at-home moms and through conversations with my husband, who is a stay-at-home dad, I know how incredibly isolating it is. That's one of the biggest words that kept coming up. Like you feel so disconnected from the real, like not the real world, but from adults and adult conversation because you're the person who's staying home with the child. And I know there was a struggle with Bart, like getting used to that role, and also kind of pinpointing the struggle. So I think it's awesome that he has somebody else to like lean on and to help out, and who he can like have conversations with. I think that's great. It sounds to me like it's going one step too far, though. Like you need your tribe. Like you need your squad. You need people. It takes a village. I mean, that saying has been used for centuries. It takes a village to raise a child. And we've learned that since having ours, and we have no family nearby to help us. So we really do lean on our friends for assistance. So for Bart, I would hope that he would have and primarily most of the stay-at-home parents are moms. So I would hope he would be able to find stay-at-home moms that could be like of a support group of some sort. But listening to the email, it feels like that support has gone one step too far.
Yeah, something doesn't sound right here to me. Like he's taking the kid over to her house the entire day.
Like play dates, I get it. I wholeheartedly get it now. But yeah, to have your child, I don't know, man.
One diaper in the trash can after a full day, that is suspect. They're little poop factories.
No, and that's the thing. Like, yeah. Well, actually, no. Depending on the kids. Sometimes kids can go days without pooping. You think that would freak you out, but apparently that's under the normal scale. Who freaking knew?
Well,
Yeah, I know. Some days Jimmy will have like 6 poopy diapers in one day, and some days he will have none. It makes zero sense.
What do you pray for?
I don't know.
She'd stop pooping.
I know, right?
Here's Ryan, who is a stay-at-home dad, and he's like, this is a red flag. Hey, Ryan.
Hey, how are you guys?
Good, thanks.
I think it's a complete red flag. I think if he's spending time with another stay-at-home or single mom, there's a disconnect in the marriage, and there's something going on. It's completely inappropriate. That's something that they need to discuss and find out why he's spending his time with this woman. Having a parent group is different, but, one diaper in the trash and no toys out all day, absolutely not. He's not there.
Appreciate
But I get that he's not there. So what if they do have on certain days, hey, we'll trash your house, and other days we'll trash my house. So yeah, he spends the entire day over there. Mm-hmm. I'm actually okay with that as long as you're communicating that and you're open with it.
Right.
He's lying about it.
Yeah, he's not.
Yeah, Tommy.
I know in her email she said at first he hated it. What if he's just using this neighbor to help with the child?
Maybe, yeah.
So he's not having to do as much work?
Maybe.
I mean, you're only seeing one diaper and not a mess at his house?
All right, we'll test him tonight, see what we can come up with. All right, we ready to catch a cheater here? Because this is going to be messy if he's messing around, because he's a single dad and he'd been hanging out a lot with another single mom in the house. And Bridget is wondering, man, is my husband messing around on me or not? Good morning, Bridget. You are part of the Bert Show. Hi.
She's not there yet.
Okay.
All right.
What you want me to do?
Well, here you go. I will break down the nitty gritty of what's going on here. So he is, yes, a stay-at-home dad. There is a single mom that he has befriended, and they have been doing play dates and hanging out, and it was fine in the beginning. However, now when she comes home, she's like, there isn't a dirty spoon. There's only one dirty diaper. Like, he literally has not been here all day long. So if that means he hasn't been here all day long, that means he was at her house all day. And, he found himself in the stay-at-home dad role. It wasn't planned. It just happened that way, and he struggled with it in the beginning. But now he's doing better, but he's talking about this single mom that he's been hanging out with all the time, and she just feels like something doesn't feel right, and we want to do War of the Roses, give him an opportunity to send flowers to somebody to see if he sends flowers to her or sends flowers to the single mom.
We even had dads calling up yesterday saying, I'm the stay-at-home dad here, and this doesn't seem right to me. Good morning, Bridget.
Good morning, guys.
Hey, okay. So I think Kristen just explained it, but do you want to go over that again? That there's a single woman in the neighborhood that he's just been hanging out with a little bit too much.
Yeah, that's exactly it. He didn't, he resisted for a while being a stay-at-home dad, and suddenly it just seems too coincidental that he loves it now. Like, it's coinciding with, having met this other mom who is single, and, our daughters love hanging out. And I feel uncomfortable with that. Also because now, he knows I'm uncomfortable with it. And because I did talk about it, and and now I feel like he says, he doesn't hang out with her so much, but I feel like I'm seeing evidence that is not true.
Is it possible he's just like, this was not what he was expecting, so it was super uncomfortable for him, and he found somebody in the neighborhood going through the same thing, and now it's easier for him because they go through it together without it being romantic at all?
It's possible. It's possible, but it still makes I feel uncomfortable. I got to figure out how to rectify this, how to reconcile this within myself. If that's, maybe it's just that, but I'm just nervous. I think that's natural. If you feel like your husband's spending a lot of time with another woman and loving it, it's
off-putting.
And then potentially lying about it now? I'm not sure.
Okay, and that's the thing. I feel for you. It's not so much that he found somebody that he can that can help him navigate these stay-at-home waters, but it's the fact that he's downplaying how much time he's spending with her.
Yeah. And I don't know. I come home at the end of the day and I can tell, I can, there's evidence from a 2-year-old about, in
Now-
the house, or there's not.
Yeah. And, and 2-year-olds, that's a lot of work, no doubt about it. Tommy did bring up this aspect yesterday that maybe he doesn't want to divulge how much time he's spending with her because he's kind of using her to help him take care of your kid. So it's like he might be a little, not embarrassed, but he's kind of like, I have like a built-in babysitter now, so I don't have to do as much work. Instead of it being something romantic, it could be something like that instead.
That's interesting. I hadn't really considered that. That's
Yeah,
interesting.
He might not be cheating. He might just be lazy
There you go.
Right?
and a bad father.
There you go.
That's the good news.
That's the
Best case scenario.
best case
Or a
scenario.
bad father on your hand.
That's it.
A non-hands-on dad that is pawning your child off on the single mom down the road.
All right, Bridget, so you wanted us to test him last night with War of the Roses and see if he would go ahead and he would turn around and send these fake flowers that he doesn't know about to you or somebody else. So, Tommy, you want to take it from here?
I can. We sent a fake promotional email from the online flower delivery service to the email address that Bridget gave us for her husband. In exchange, he was asked to share 5 promo codes for 30% off a future order with his friends and family. He was offered a free bouquet of flowers, was able to choose from several options with pictures. Here we go. Number 1, long stem lovers. 2 dozen long stem roses, the quintessential bouquet for your one and only. Number 2, cotton candy, a fun assortment of light pink roses, hydrangeas, and carnations that remind you of that sugary treat. Number 3, midnight moments. Dark purple tulips scattered with delicate white baby's breath will have her thinking about what's to come. And number 4, sweet dreams, a surprising bouquet of all of her favorite king-size candy treats, perfect for anyone with a sweet tooth. The first promotional email was sent at 10 a.m. After no response, we tried again at 11:58 a.m. Still no response, so we went one more time at 3:32 p.m. He ordered flowers at 4:17 p.m. He chose cotton candy, a fun assortment of light pink roses, hydrangeas, and carnations that remind you of that sugary treat. He set the delivery for Thursday morning to be delivered to her work address. It's going to Bridget.
Yay!
That's you. That's you. That's you, Bridget. Bridget, you're Bridget.
You're Bridget.
Yes.
Bridget, you're Bridget.
Me.
That's you.
Me.
That's
Yes,
you.
That's you.
What's the card say, Davi?
And there's no flowers are going to your work address. P.S. We don't really do this. But the note on the card says, I love you, Mommy. Have a good day. Love, Cammie.
How about that?
Oh,
Oh, wow.
From the child.
Well played.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, first I think now I have to go out and get some flowers.
Yes, you do.
So that's really great news right there. Okay, so he's just leaning on her a little bit, but I can understand how you're feeling insecure about it, but it's all good.
All right.
Are you happy?
I'm happy. Thank you.
Okay.
Funny how you prepare yourself for the worst and then when the good news, you're like, I don't even know what to do with the good info.
Exactly. I'm like, okay, relax. Let it, shake it off.
Congrats, Bridget.
The Bert Show.